I was delighted to serve as co-chair of the President's Committee on Diversity, Inclusion, and Belonging. The work is very important for our society and for our university, but it's not easy. I was tremendously impressed by the expertise, generosity, and thoughtful contribution of each member of the committee. Each one of them brought a different kind of expertise to the table. Their knowledge and experience, their commitment to deep discussions, and their collective wisdoms allowed us to continue our work during a very challenging spring and summer, and to produce a report for President Salovey that I think we can all be proud of. The report builds on previous university initiatives and proposes a forward-looking framework. I am confident that the group's recommendations will serve Yale well for many years to come.
I'm Ann Kurth, the Dean of the Yale School of Nursing. It's a good moment to have this report coming out. The COVID-19 crisis has really demonstrated the racial disparities in healthcare that Black, Indigenous, people of color, and other populations have suffered from in our country for many years. This is a timely moment. It's a pivotal one. The nation is calling for justice, and Yale can respond. Higher education needs to be a part of this movement. At the School of Nursing, we are making diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging, and anti-racism work a priority because we must reflect the communities we serve in the way that we educate, practice, and conduct research. Much learning has to happen, and unlearning also. White people must listen with intention to our BIPOC colleagues, friends, students, and loved ones. We've spent 400 years centering white voices. Now we must center the voices, stories, and narratives of our BIPOC members of our population and support their needs to thrive. Nothing less would be right as an institution and as a larger community. Yale, as always, can lead by example and take bold action. This report is a step in that direction.
My name is Darren Lattimore. I am Deputy Dean of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at the School of Medicine. I first want to say it was an honor to be on the President's Committee. Each of us looks at these issues through our own lenses. However, it was immediately clear that all of us felt a strong commitment to creating a just environment at Yale University. I also want to thank our community. Many of us interviewed students, staff, and faculty in order to get the information that we needed to create the most robust plan possible. I'm very grateful that I was on the committee because at the same time, I was actually developing a strategic plan for the School of Medicine. It was really helpful to be able to see what the university is doing in the DEI space as I created my plan, because I want to make sure that the strategies that I use at the medical school are in line with the strategies that the university as a whole are using, and the outcomes that I'm measuring are the same ones that the university as a whole are measuring. I like to say, when we're all going in the same direction, working together, there's a much better chance that we'll get the outcome that we want.
Hello, my name is Wei-Li Chang. I am the Executive Director of the Yale Alumni Association. The mission of the Yale Alumni Association states, our character, strength, and values come from our diversity and our commitment to a culture of inclusion and equity. Our mission is to enhance and renew the lifelong Yale experience for all alumni, whoever they are and wherever they may be. So who are our alumni? Our alumni community is a diverse group that spans generations, identities, Yale affiliations, and interests. So a core value of the Yale Alumni Association is inclusion. What does inclusion mean? It means that we strive for full engagement and a sense of belonging among our alumni. All of our alumni have had the privilege of experiences and opportunities at and because of Yale. These experiences and opportunities influence our choices and decisions, and in turn, these choices and decisions can positively impact our communities, especially if there is an understanding of diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. At this moment in time, we have an opportunity and an obligation to advance these important principles. They are priorities for the Yale Alumni Association and for the university.
I remember so clearly those meetings after we received our charge from President Salovey to shape the next phase of the university's work on diversity, equity, and inclusion, as well as belonging. What a great committee, and we had some really amazing conversations. So many members of the committee have expertise in these areas or have been citizens of the university for a very long time, so they understand our culture. We talked often about how this work is more of a marathon and not a sprint. We reviewed the work that has been done by generations of students and faculty, staff, and alumni. We talked to a lot of people on campus, and we compiled a pretty amazing list of every project that's currently underway or being planned in the schools and in the administrative units. I began to think of this whole project differently. The committee's recommendations and the president's priorities, not so much as a marathon, but as a part of a relay race. Individuals complete marathons, right? But teams actually compete in relay races. And each person's leg has an individual contribution that's unique to that person. So the committee's work is really about passing the baton, if you will, toward a more inclusive, a more diverse, a more excellent Yale. A Yale where every member feels a sense of belonging. And that baton has a common vision, a guiding principle, and goals to align the work that's being done, work that spans schools and generations, identities, and views. That baton also includes actions for the first 5 years of this next phase. And all of this, by the way, can be found online. Yes, we're moving into the next phase of this race. And we have the ability to create real change. And together, that is what we will do. We all belong here. We all belong to Yale. So let's make sure that we show up for ourselves and for each other. Let's make sure that this part of the journey counts.